Welcome to another exciting episode of the Million Dollar Peddlers. I'm Paperboy. Mr. Magazine actually is on his way. He got caught up in traffic. Believe it or not, there's a little bit of traffic here in Rochester today. He'll be here momentarily. I started the celebration early. At least one of us did here. Another Hump Day happy hour. Salute. And I had the Southern Tier pumpkin. It's sitting out there as soon as he gets here. Doors unlocked. And here he comes in now. Want to give a shout out to the good friend of the channel, Primetime Treasure Hunter. I don't actually think he has a show today. I did try to find one. I don't believe that he has one. Oh, look here.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
Yeah, you got to find the camera.
Oh, sorry.
There we go.
I broke some miles per hour records.
Broke a few, got a few speeding tickets on your way over here? Nice. But yeah, I don't think he has a show tonight, but if you can always check out his back library, and nice of you to show up, and a few people here are waiting for you.
Apologize. And let's see. I'm going to go right down the list. And
there you go.
Michael's here. How's it going? AJ13 Sales. How you doing? Lovely Don's here. Lovely Eric's here. Lovely Don's here. AJ again. Eric's here. Let's see. A lot going on. I missed a lot. I was only gone like a minute. Holy crow. John Jones, how's it going? The old man's picks. Lovely Angela. Michael's in the house. And, of course, Don the Enforcer, like always.
There we go.
All right.
All right. Now we're all...
my game without that shot.
Now we can go have it. I mean, just take your time. Don't worry about it.
You sure about that?
Want to thank everybody who did show up. It's a busy weekend over here, busy time heading into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. I think sales are going to be really good this year, hopefully. Do let us know how your sales are going. I know, well, how are your sales going? Let me ask you.
My sales are great. I'm not complaining about eBay as of right now, but we're putting on some heavy duty items, so it's making up for the we're selling less items but higher priced items, so I can't complain.
My sales today was actually an okay day. It's been a slower week, but a lot of people I think are not just sitting around going on eBay right now.
No,
I think they're doing other things, family and all that sort of thing. So definitely want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Definitely do appreciate it. It does make us feel really, really good about that. We're kind of spending time, I guess, with our family here.
Yeah,
is what we're doing. So that's a wonderful thing. I got an interesting topic today that you're going to be driving the bus on a lot of that.
Right. I can't wait to win this one.
That's what you were making your notes. That's why you were late.
Oh yeah.
So let us know out there what you guys are doing for Thanksgiving and what your expectations are for this season. And what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
I'm working. I'm getting up at 3 a.m. I'm doing my usual routine. And we have actually 5 employees coming into work as well. Maybe 6.
On Thanksgiving?
Yeah, on Thanksgiving.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they don't want to be doubled up on the Friday. So we're going to get caught up early, be done by noon. That's our goal.
Wow, that's some dedication.
Yeah.
What is it, bonus time? Jeez.
It may definitely be bonus time. Maybe I'll throw them a free pizza and wings tomorrow. Or
Oh,
something.
wow. Maybe I'll stop by.
Yeah, why not?
They make turkey pizza and turkey wings?
That would be nice.
Friday. That's good. That's good. I'm doing the same thing that I do every Thanksgiving. I go to a little diner around the corner with Mrs. Paperboy because she has to work. And I'm actually working Friday myself, and as is she. And go to the diner every single Thanksgiving. And I look on there and I say, I'm not going to get the turkey this year.
Yeah.
And I try to find something else on there. And the turkey is so good priced compared to everything else that I get the turkey. And then I complain that I got the turkey and I shouldn't get it, and I'm not getting it next year. So that's pretty much Thanksgiving tradition in our household.
Sounds good to me.
Looks like a few more people have come in here.
We do have a few. The lovely Lori, the lovely Michelle. Let's see. Amazon sellers here early again, 2 weeks in a row. Keep it going. Let's see here. And we are good at this point.
You see what Eric's doing tomorrow?
Let's see. Where's it?
Yeah, right there.
Oh, right.
He's going to the mall with his boxing gloves. Nice.
Have some fun. What time's the mall open tomorrow?
I think they're open short. Well, I think they open. Some of the stores are open short hours, and then they open like at midnight for the Black Friday celebrations and all that stuff.
How do they figure retail sales are going to be this year? Same, more or less?
The biggest concern is the supply chain.
Yeah.
If stuff doesn't end up getting over there.
Exactly.
So that's why people think the online stuff is going to go well. And actually, My sales have been okay today. Actually, when I think about it, I picked up or didn't pick up. I sold about 3 or 4 items that are going to end up in a future Bolo video because they're just oddball enough items that it's like, okay, people are out. I guess they're buying gifts for people that they just don't know what else to get for them. Like, well, they don't have any of this, that's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Only working half day in between Thanksgiving lunch and Thanksgiving dinner. Hopefully, you won't roll around all day. Yeah, there you go. That's always a possibility. Watch the football games and all that kind of thing. I think the Bills are playing tomorrow.
Oh, are they?
Yeah,
Oh,
playing the Saints, if I recall
sorry
right.
for them. They got a tough schedule ahead of them.
A short week too after that loss last
Someone
week.
said if they lose again, they're like tougher to get into the playoffs.
They'll make the playoffs,
Yeah,
but they're tougher to win the division behind the Patriots.
Sure.
But now I don't think we're a football station. Why don't we get back into where we're supposed to be here?
Exactly.
What the crap just happened to my eBay app? That I don't know. As we've said in the past, we do our best to avoid the eBay app.
Yeah.
But who knows? They could be updating. They could be doing.
eBay app is not my friend.
So, anybody out there pick anything good up? We'll start with you.
Where do I begin? Let's see.
You said that same thing last week.
Well, it's been crazy weeks lately. I did pick up 2 or 3 collections of Funko Pops, so over 500 of them. There are a lot of rare ones too, so we threw them up. They're selling like hotcakes. Let's see.
Now, do you have any tips for people out there who come across them? Is there a way to tell the rare ones, or is it just you kind of just
usually
know?
exclusives or early ones that came out when they first started.
Now you can tell the early ones off like copyright date or something.
The numbers and copyright dates. And they're all on the phone. So if you have your phone, you can definitely search them there.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're numbered out 1 through whatever, correct?
I believe that's how they do it.
Do they if I have a number 64, is it a first print all the time, or first run, or did they redo them?
I think it's their first runs. I don't know if they redo them, but let's say you got a 64 and you type that in like Funko Pop 64, and it's Bart Simpson. I don't think you'll get 2 or 3 different versions of Bart or anyone else. I think that's the one that's tied to that from what I've seen.
Okay.
I've never had 2 different ones come up with whatever the number is.
Okay.
So yeah, and there are fakes out there coming from China.
Wait, fake Funko Pops?
Oh yeah, they sell them on eBay actually for a lot less. So say you got a rare one that's $500. Well, if you go on and you see one for 20 or 30, it's right off the bat that. But I think there's ways to tell on the bottom the quality of, just like the Jordan rookie. How the reprints are a little lighter in font and a little blurry up,
like, or is a print dot missing,
it's
or
the
whatever.
Same thing. If you look at all the numbers on the bottom, I think I had a couple, so I could easily tell. So, but the person told me he bought fakes on them ahead of time, so I kind of knew what to look for once I saw that. But yeah, definitely be careful.
Wow, that ties right into our big subject. They're faking those.
I doubt you'll get a fake at a estate sale or an auction or something, but on eBay certainly it's a possibility, or even Amazon.
Wow, or somebody could be set up at a flea market pushing fakes.
If you have a bunch of them, I would definitely watch out. If they got quantity and they look like rare ones, definitely watch out. If the price is too good to be true, it probably is.
Wow, that's that's a good idea if you're setting up. Not a good idea, but a way that somebody could scam, setting up at flea markets and picking up a few of them from China and pricing them at half of the price they should be, and saying, "Oh, I bought a big collection. I want to get rid of these."
Well, the person selling them may not even know if he bought them from a collection. And, he has 50 of them, and he thinks they're worth $5,000. He got a deal, paid $10 a piece, and he's selling rare ones for 20. He may not know they're rare, but
oh wow,
it does happen. Yeah, you got to watch out.
Wow, you learned something new. That ties right into our main category. We got a little early in our main category with something that I had no idea about.
There you go.
Wow, jeez. Oh no, sales definitely do not. If you're talking about sales definitely do not die January 1st. Generally, they start going down mid-February is when they start going down, right around the that winter break.
Especially Amazon too, because of the gift cards and so forth. People are going to use them after Christmas. So, like you said, you got 6 weeks to keep the sales up at least till then. So hopefully it lasts even longer. You never know.
Yeah. So that's the way, at least historically, everything has gone. It does last into February, even into March some years. It starts to, once spring starts coming around, things definitely do slow down some because people, are jonesing to get outside, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, no, it does not end after Christmas week by any means whatsoever. No.
Should be fun year. Can't wait.
Any other buys?
I did have a massive buy, and I don't know, you didn't post it yet, did you? The video?
Well, that ties right into we have a bonus Monday video, a Mr. Magazine haul. He's going to shut his mouth right now and not tell you what he bought. It will be posted this coming Monday. I know we do haul videos every once in a great while, but this one kind of caught my eye when I was over doing filming, and I said, we got to do a video about this. And I think you'll really enjoy it. It is a big collection. And I kind of grilled you, it would be how I put it, about how you come up with pricing and all that when you're purchasing a collection of that size, because that's always the thing. I've gone on big buys before, and I'm a deer in headlights. It's just, you just do not know where to start. You're just looking, going, how much? And that's always difficult. And so when you see what he got and we talk about it, hopefully you enjoy it, and hopefully you learn a little bit out of it.
Give me any type of teaser, anything regarding it, or just say, watch on Monday.
Tune in Monday.
All right.
There's your teaser. There's your teaser.
All right, so hold on, one thing, not a buy, but a find.
Okay.
We spoke about a few hours ago. So we're cleaning out the loft and keeping it just for posters up there. And there was a tub of packs of sports cards. And I bought them years ago, and they were sitting up there. So one of my employees wanted to buy them. He goes, well, this would be fun. I'll open them up for Thanksgiving with my kids. But there was hundreds of them in there. I said, let me just see what's in there first, and then I'll price them out, and I'll give you a deal on them. Going through them, there's thousands of dollars in rack packs, like basketball rack packs from the mid 2000s. It got Kevin Durant rookie and some of them in there, and they're worth hundreds of dollars, and they're just sitting on the loft. So it's a nice find. I bought them a while back, but good stuff.
Wow, nice,
Right,
nice on that.
Well, we are. Oh my goodness! All right, well, Don.
Oh, wow, cookbook
$59.99.
Oh, wow, that's
Chewbacca or Sopranos by any chance?
That's a good price on a cookbook. That's a very good price on a cookbook on that.
Oh, well, we do that at my shop. Actually, I got used action figures. We sell them $4, 3 for 10, and people love them because there's good stuff in there. We leave the vintage He-Mans and all that, so pretty cool.
I haven't bought anything. Well, that's not exactly true.
All right.
Have you ever bought off Facebook Marketplace?
I have not.
So a subscriber to the channel, Ronnie, he's here regularly. He sent me a lead on Facebook Marketplace. And it was kind of funny because I didn't really know what I was buying. The person that was selling it had a piece of paper that they tore out of a notebook, and they wrote on it Life magazines and a bunch of stuff on it, and an arrow pointing to it in like 43. Then New Yorker, and an arrow pointing to it like 22, and then like Look or something like that with an arrow pointing to it. So literally, and I couldn't read anything else on it, but I was figuring I was getting about 70 old magazines for $50.
Right. And
Facebook is covering the shipping as a promotion that they're doing.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me try this. Well, unfortunately, and I do appreciate Rod for having sent it to me. He sent it to me on the phone, and I couldn't figure out how to forward the text from the phone to my computer. And I couldn't figure out how to find the deal on my computer.
All right.
So I said, all right, I'm going to click it on the phone. So then I've got to put in a payment, a way to pay. Yeah. So I'm putting in my credit card, but as I'm doing it, it's just a pain in the butt. But I finally get the card in, I pay. Great, no problem at all. I get no notification from Facebook, but if I go to Facebook, it shows that I bought it. Right. Great. About 4 hours later, it was canceled by the buyer, or by the seller. I mean, they canceled it. And I see that as being a big problem for Facebook, because here I am. I've never tried it before. Yeah. I go to do my first deal on there, and for whatever reason, it gets canceled on me. Right. Now, it wasn't like an incredible deal. It wasn't like the guy was selling the first issue of Playboy for $100 or something. It was a deal I could make money on. Yeah. But I also wanted to try it just because I'd never tried it before. I was thinking, in fact, I had written down, which I crossed out, hey, great, when it comes in, we'll do an unboxing video, et cetera, et cetera. Right. Just kind of see what it's all about. Well, I guess I could show you an empty box, because that's what it turned out to be. So if anybody out there from Facebook is watching this, you need to police things a little bit better. I mean, I entered into a binding contract. I paid them, paid timely. Yeah. And then I get no explanation whatsoever. It just gets canceled by the seller. And I'm sure this kind of thing happens regularly. But if they have any hope of really competing, they've got to fix that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Because, let's say that somebody sends me another one, or I find another one and I go to buy it, and the same thing happens 2-3 times. Yeah. It's almost like we're a random neighborhood kid, and his friends have no use for eBay because they think it's full of scammers. Right. Yeah. True. Well, people are going to start looking at the Facebook and say, well, why am I wasting my time over there? Every time I pay for something, it gets canceled anyway. I'm not going to waste my time. So, yeah, oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. It is Meta now. Meta annoying.
Cool name.
Oh, just got suspended for 60 days. Ouch. Ouch. Well, maybe they are policing. I mean, I don't know what Harry Tornado did for, of course, but wow, maybe they are policing things over
Lori's
there.
got an answer for you. Canceling an order. Wow.
Oh, okay. That's all right. That's a little more of an iron fist than I would have expected. Well, maybe they are doing things.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Please have to be careful. If your cancel rate is 10% or higher, they will ban your selling rights.
Wow.
Oh, wow. All right. So I had no idea about any of that. Thank you to everybody out there.
Good to know.
That's very good to know. Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. Well, I was less than happy, but now I'm a little happier.
You should start selling on Facebook Marketplace.
I've thought about it, but I just never get around to it. I'm pretty sure everybody watching and you and me, there's about 500 things that we should be doing, and none of which we have the time to do. That's what it comes down to. Only sold one item on Vivs-Views this week. Nothing anywhere else. Nothing even on Etsy. Wow. But it was kind of interesting. I logged into Etsy this morning because I was listing my item, and they said, join us in our Cyber Week promotion. Would you like to put your items on sale? Yeah. And literally it came up and you click yes, and it says, we recommend 20%. Does this, is this good for you? You click yes, and they say, okay, everything's on sale. Oh, nice. So literally it was 2 clicks and everything in my store is on sale. Nice. Compare that to eBay, where you have to go in, you have to create a promotion, you have to click on this, you have to do this.
It takes like a half hour every month.
Yeah, versus Etsy, you literally just click on a button that says, yes, put it all on sale, and it's all on sale.
Well, and they have the good till cancel relist. Why can't they have the sale good till cancel? It just saves you time, because some people may run them forever, and I might consider doing that. And maybe you can just adjust the percentage. So say I wanted it forever, maybe 10% this month, 0%, whatever. It's just crazy.
Yeah. Oh, it's Facebook Marketplace is local. Okay, yep. Yeah, I know that Facebook is trying to push the shipping thing, because that was the reason why they were covering the shipping on it. I know it was a promotion that they were doing, and they would cover the shipping for me, which is the other reason I was looking at it. Is I said, geez, I'm picking up 70 magazines, and if they're Life and all that kind of stuff from the 40s and 50s, they're not light by any means. Sure. So if I'm picking up, 50 pounds worth of magazines and I'm not paying any shipping on it, and then I also have the other nice thing about Facebook, when I went to buy it, it said you are protected by whatever plan they have. Right. And I was also using a credit card. So it's like, well, I'm protected by Facebook and their guarantee. Yeah. I'm also protected by my credit card. So I wasn't worried at all about buying it as far as that went. Right. And it seemed like a good deal just because of free shipping. Right. But yeah, so was not happy when that happened, but I feel a little better now with everybody else telling me that, oh yeah, Facebook is policing that. Sure. So did you hear the exciting news about Random Neighborhood Kid? Well, you did, but
I did hear it. Yeah.
Random Neighborhood Kid is the bank is the proud owner of a 2010 Chevy Silverado that he found some idiot to take a loan out, and he's driving around in a Chevy Silverado now. So did I tell you what he told me? He said, oh, this is great. I've got a pickup truck now. You can go on some bigger buys because I have a pickup truck.
Very nice.
And then you can pay me for using my truck.
What a businessman he is.
I said, although I do appreciate that, if you want to get into that, I can start calculating back rent. So I'm thinking, if I'm calling in a chit on that,
you got free Uber for life.
So he's out there driving around in a Chevy Silverado 2010. Woohoo! Nice. So I was a little nervous yesterday because up here in Rochester we got the first snow of the season, and cars were spun out all over the place on 104.
Every time of year when it's snow, it's crazy.
And it's the first time he's driving in the winter time with his truck, and trucks aren't the greatest. And oh boy, it was. I got a few more white hairs up here. That's the reason why. Credit card. I have a jar I put on my porch for the buyer to put cash in. Oh, nice. You got to put a little sign on it though. Jesus is watching. That way nobody tries to steal the product or the jar. Yeah. Anybody else got anything out there? Nobody else looks like it's a slow time of buying for everybody except Mr. Dash Magazine. Another thing, You probably didn't see this. You don't order your own priority supplies, do you?
No, my shipping manager does.
So I went on there and I noticed I was getting a little low on the flat rate envelopes, and I noticed I was getting a little low on the Tyvek envelopes. So I said, let me order these.
Mhm.
Did you know that there's a new feature on USPS.com or whatever it is, the post office,
Yes,
on the for getting your product?
I do not recall.
Let me ask you a question. If I were to order 20 flat rate envelopes
Mhm.
and 30 Tyvek envelopes,
Yep.
and you were to ship them to me
Mhm.
using priority supplies,
Yep.
what would they fit in?
You mean like a brown box you're talking?
No,
Or
using priority supplies.
oh,
They certainly would fit in a large flat rate.
yeah, large for sure, yeah.
Might fit in a medium flat rate if
Yeah,
you wanted to.
regional B, if they wanted to get technical, depending on where the location is shipping them from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I ordered, 20 and 30.
Mhm.
I had two options when I went to check out.
Right.
Free parcel, or I could pay $27 to have the post office send me my supplies priority.
Oh, how nice.
I said, you've got a box that could fit in priority that costs less than $27.
Well, here's the problem for someone with me because we order hundreds and hundreds of them.
Oh, you'd be spending
Well,
thousands of dollars to get them in priority.
Well, but I may want them priority if they said, "Hey, we can send you 20 boxes for $27." Yeah, then I may need that to get my stuff out by Christmas. It's worth it, but not. We're sending you 20 boxes. It's $500. Yeah, forget about it. Yeah, but we got to start ordering way in advance. Like now, we're bumping them up.
Okay, yep, yep. So I don't know if anybody else saw that as well.
No, they're basically telling you it's going to take a while to get there.
That is what they're saying. Yes.
And that's how it was last year on padded flat rates and regular flat rate.
Well, you know what? I was thinking what would be funny is to do an experiment and order the same thing and do one parcel and do one paying the priority and watch the parcel show up first.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that would be funny.
Yeah.
I should take advice on loading up an inventory earlier. All the snowbirds are in town for the season, and sourcing is too expensive.
That's a problem. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. A question for you, AJI3. How long have you been doing it? How long have you been selling for? Just kind of curious on that, because I know that if you've looked at the warehouse tour, Mr. Magazine doesn't have to do sourcing for a little while, no matter how many snowbirds are around. And when we get into the videos of my basement and garage and all that, you'll see that Mr. Paperboy probably doesn't need to do much sourcing either for a while.
So it is name of the game.
So just kind of wondering how long you've been in there and what it is that you sell as well. And wonder if it's something other that you can't stock up on. Start charging for food. Yep.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to play that game with me. He does not want to play that game with me, because I'll come up with every little thing in there. And guess who's also covering his insurance? Oh yeah, that might get me a few free rides.
Itemize every possible thing that he gets from you, and then here you go every month. Just remind him of that.
I can either pay you for the drive, or you can pay this bill.
Or we'll just give you the keys and you drive whenever you want.
Listen like crazy though. Oh, yep. That actually reminds me of another thing over here that I was going to mention. My all-time listing record of items on eBay is 17,775. And that was before I did the Great Purge back 3 years ago or so. I just cracked 17,000.
Wow, nice.
So I'm listing a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of really long tail items are what I'm listing right now.
Definitely quality listing.
They're quality, but they're long tail.
Yeah.
But my theory is I'm going to be making the sales anyway into Christmas. And I have enough stuff listed that I will make the sales.
Right.
So I might as well list some long tail stuff. Why not? You know, it'll sell over time anyway, rather than I know that supposedly eBay doesn't do the throttling and all that stuff. They claim that they don't. But exactly. In my head, I go and I list a bunch of good stuff that I know is going to sell over Christmas, and then I won't be selling the other stuff. Right. I'm going to be making sales regardless. So I might as well list some slower things, long tail things right now. Right. Why not? Sure. So that was my theory. We'll see how it works. We'll tell you on a future show.
It works.
Keep putting moratorium and sourcing. Yep. No, that's okay. I'm in Tampa, so all the thrift stores, garage sales, and auctions are loaded with people, and we've been told it only gets worse through the winter. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely would on that. Oh, did everybody out there see the other thing with the other great post office announcement? I sent it to you, I know. They're basically going to be throwing surcharges on irregular shaped items, which include poster tubes. So if you're into selling movie posters and that kind of thing, you may want to do some research on that, because the article I was reading, I found it over on e-commerce bites, but I'm sure you can find something on the post office as well. They were saying it's like a $4 surcharge or something like that for an irregular, which if you add $4 onto every single poster you sell, it kind of takes away selling the $20 posters.
Now, is there a size that you can know of about in advance, or can you plug the dimensions in and it'll tell you, or no?
Yeah. And I forget exactly what the dimensions are, but it's like if one dimension is longer than such and such. But yeah, they're trying to, I guess the theory is that they screw up the sorting machines and they have to be hand sorted and hand, all done by hand. So they want to throw extra.
The longer it is, the more the surcharge. Say you're shipping skis.
Yeah, it didn't really. Yeah, right. It didn't really go much into that. It was only saying if it was above a certain thing, but they were talking about movie posters definitely being one of them.
Crazy.
Which I guess means at some point you almost have to start looking into UPS or some of the other places if you're selling that stuff. Right. Depending on what those things charge you.
Crazy. Oh yeah, we're definitely looking at that after holidays or sooner maybe.
Yeah. So that was that one over there. Tell them about the glitch you've been having. Multiple people have been.
Oh yes, they're telling me their items are buying on eBay say free shipping, and we know they're not free shipping. And
you don't offer free shipping.
Yeah, only on sports cards, and these are magazines and toys and so forth. And I don't know even how to respond to that. I guess we have to eat it, right? I mean,
we've been honoring it. You've been sending them to me, and I've been sending them the invoice with the free shipping, because they're so adamant that they saw that when they went to buy it, that they're not making it up. They definitely did see that when they bought it. Right. I mean, it is a known eBay glitch, but it's costing you money. I mean, it's been 2, 3, 4 items that it's cost you on,
right?
And
that was in one day. I mean, if it happens every day, then you're talking hundreds of dollars at the end of the
month. Yep. So just want to know if anybody else out there is having that glitch or not. But I know a lot of people have had it throughout different times, and it seems to be rearing its ugly head right now, with the free shipping heading into the holidays. And again, you don't want to get in an argument with your customer, and if that's what they saw and it is a known glitch, you got to believe them on that.
And you'll lose the sale for a few bucks. You don't want to make them happy, and why turn down the money?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to be doing at the post office. I think I remember reading somewhere they're going to be raising rates twice a year now, and all kinds of things.
They're basically guaranteeing everything's going to be slow for the holiday season. So last year was slow, but they didn't tell us. At least now they're giving us fair warning.
Yeah, that's true too. That's true too. Did you end up making your phone call today?
No. Who was they supposed to call?
Your counterpart.
It's been a busy day.
The other Mr. Magazine.
He did call me. I didn't know the number, and I was in the middle of something, so I did not answer it. He left a voicemail, and I said, I would rather give him my undivided attention. It was like later in the day. I got a busy schedule. I go, let's have Thanksgiving, enjoy it, and then we'll talk Friday. So the original Mr. Magazine contacted me. He's looking to sell his collection.
Or parts of it.
Parts of it, and then there's stuff he might be looking for to fill certain things. I think he was collecting his birthday magazines.
Oh, wow.
Those dates. That's what he was buying from me. But I said, well, how many magazines do you have in your collection that you want to sell? And he said around 100,000. That's pretty close to the record. That is the record for non-adult magazines. So, we just cleared out a pod for 30,000 magazines, and that's half full already. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I might have to buy that. The
other warehouse. You may have to look down there. Holy mackerel!
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm putting those big deals off for now, just because we're so.
Well, Christmas season is not the time to take that on by any means whatsoever. And the other problem too is if let's just say that you did take the deal, and this is a hint to anybody out there that's working on a deal of any deal whatsoever. And I always ask this. I've got a friend who will turn leads over to me from time to time that he doesn't want to deal with, and he turns them over to me.
Yeah.
And my first question when I contact the people is, what is your situation? In other words, do you want to are you moving and you have to get the stuff out of there this week?
Right.
Do you have a period of time? Is it just something you came across and you don't care if I come out today, next week, a month from now? because I need to know that. And like, take this 100,000 magazine deal. Obviously, you don't want to do it in the middle of Christmas season if you can at all avoid doing it. Um, you really would want to put it off till spring if he's able to do so. I'm only thinking about the logistics with the weather and all
the
that kind of
drive-
stuff.
Exactly.
You know,
I don't even know where he lives. I mean, if he's in California,
let's say he lives in Missouri. We'll just say Missouri. You don't want to be driving through Missouri in the middle of February as some snowstorm hits. You just don't want to do it. The truck could end up off the road.
Yeah.
And
well, it'd be more than one truck.
Right. Yeah,
100,000. Well, what did we do in Ohio?
80,000 or something.
Yeah. So I mean, we're gonna need at least 3 Penske's for that.
3 to 4 Penske's. Well, how about 3 Penske's and a 2010 Chevy Silverado?
Perfect. Yeah.
That puts you right over the top there. I know
work.
somebody that's got one that's willing to hire it out to you. But, and again, that's where talking to them, and anytime you're working on a deal, talk with the people and find out, when do you need to have this stuff gone?
Right.
Because again, if they need it out yesterday, then you don't have time to dicker around and say, okay, well, but if they need it, I don't care. Okay, great. Now we can work it on a schedule that's more advantageous.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
AJ I3 or AJ 13?
I think it's I3, but I don't know. I really don't know. Like, let's just sending invoices with shipping amount. When they pay, the shipping is not charged. Okay. There's happened a few times that eBay has covered the fee.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Oh, all right. So maybe, well,
I have to, report it to eBay and see what they do.
Maybe what you should do is keep track of 2 or 3 of them and call rather, because obviously it's not worth calling on one to get
one day
$4 or something like that.
One day, but then the last day or two has been fine. So hopefully it's
Oh,
all
the Win magazines came in and I got them listed.
Oh, nice.
I've actually sold 3 of them already.
Wow.
So 2, and one's got a bid on it. So cannot argue with that.
Nice.
I think I'm getting an average of $25 each out of them, and I paid $3 each out of them. So again, cannot argue with that. And it was one of those, I put them in order and just, boom, 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 rapid listing, old school listing. Cannot argue with that whatsoever. I had an order when I got the notification of sale, there was no shipping charge, free shipping. But when I looked at the actual order, they had paid shipping. Wow.
Glitch fest.
They're definitely having some problems. Now, have you noticed, and has anybody else out there noticed, I've noticed from what you're sending me, I help Mr. Magazine out regularly. You've been sending me a lot of cancellations.
Crazy cancel, like multiples daily, 2, 3, 4. It's nuts.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why people are buying the things and canceling. Or here's a thought. I wonder if they're seeing free shipping on their end. You're charging them shipping, and they're just canceling it and saying,
screw it.
And just who knows? It could be that too.
Did you ban that one guy today?
I banned the gentleman today with the really low offers.
Oh my goodness! So we have these gigantic Kiss figures. They're 2 feet tall.
Oh, they're actually in the warehouse video.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. We had the set of 4, but I think we broke them up individually.
Yep.
They used to sell for $250. Now you can't find them anywhere. So we put them up for $500. And this guy keeps giving me these weird prices too, like $38.43, $42.51, and it's the same guy over and over again on each of the ones we have. And I go, enough is enough. It's just ridiculous. So let's ban him. Maybe he'll get the point. It's not going to happen. Too busy right now.
Well, I banned somebody as well. I have a graffiti magazine, not the magazine Graffiti, but a magazine about graffiti.
The movie or Graffiti on the Walls?
Graffiti on the Walls, art graffiti. Those are difficult to find, and I've come across them occasionally. That definitely is a bolo if you find graffiti not the title graffiti, but magazines about graffiti. They're always very, very low print run and just interesting to look at, to say the least. So I had one listed and I was asking $40 on it, which seems reasonable because it's not very many of them out there.
Right.
Guy offers me $7 and I've got free shipping. So I commented back to him and I said, you're essentially offering me $3 with $4 shipping when I'm asking $36 with $4 shipping. You're offering me 8%.
I love it.
I said, nobody sells at 8% of value. Nobody does. I'm sorry. So he then came back with a higher offer.
Oh, $12.
$8. $1 more.
Now he's just being a jerk.
$1 more he wrote up in there, I am a graffiti historian. I store these all in plastic. I'm going to take care of it.
That's trouble right there, because now he's expecting something perfect, and you're going to give him a reason to complain. You got to ban him.
Well, I answered him back. I declined it. And I said, well, as a graffiti historian, you can certainly understand how great of a deal my original list price is because how rare these are.
Yeah.
I don't sell Sports Illustrateds that have a million print run for $8 with free shipping.
Right.
I would not sell this for $8 free
Right.
shipping. And then I banned them.
Yeah.
But you have to, though. I mean, it was
Yeah.
$7. He moves it up to
Absolutely.
$8 after I tell him I'm not going to sell it for 8% of value.
Right.
Oh, well, he's offering me 8.25% of value.
Yeah.
It's out the door.
And this time of year, I'm so busy. I mean, I don't know how many hundreds of emails I get a day and offers and stuff. I just delete the nonsense, honestly. I mean, I just don't have time for it. If you're offering me a half or less on stuff, you know, if it's a high ticket item and I might take 60, 70%, you're offering half, I may counter. But on the cheap stuff, I just get rid of it. I'm not making money on it.
Now, Eric, I know you're lying. You don't get any first dates. Hey,
Whoa.
oh,
Shots
got
fired.
personal.
Shots
Got personal
fired.
there. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that, John. Two things. Number one, I was going to do a rambling story of the week based off of something that you had mentioned earlier. I'm actually putting it off till next week, so you'll see why when I do the rambling story this week. Part two, a guy actually did get on my nerves today, and I actually did ban him.
Oh, good.
I sold a New York Times, July 4th, 1976 complete newspaper.
Oh, nice.
He bought it. I
Yeah.
shipped it out to him. He gets it. I'm not happy with this. It's falling apart, which it wasn't falling apart when I sent it.
Mm-hmm.
You lightened it when you listed it, like with the bright light.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lightened it when you listed it, and you cropped it to not show the damage.
Oh, geez.
And I said, I offer full returns and full refunds.
Yeah.
What is my incentive? I go, it's a terrible business plan if I show the wrong thing and I mislead people because I'm just paying for returns at that point.
Right.
It's a terrible business plan.
Sure.
Absolutely terrible business plan. And I said, I never lighten anything. I said, I did not lighten it.
Yeah.
You got what I had pictured.
Right.
And I didn't crop the sides. That's a side that it comes out pictured on the,
Yeah.
on the CZUR Scanner. I'm not going to crop out damage or anything at all like that. And there wasn't,
Right.
I mean, I said, there wasn't any damage that I know of beyond what a newspaper would normally have for being 44 years old.
Right.
And I said, return it for a full refund. And he's like, well, you did that. I said, you know something? I said, return it. I'll give you your money back. I'm going to ban you. I said, because I do not like the insinuations that you're making.
Oh, so you can tell people you're going to ban them? I don't know if eBay liked it or not. I never have done that.
I just did because
Okay.
he got, maybe I'm not supposed to, but he did get on my last nerve there.
Mhm.
And I said, when I receive the newspaper back, I will fully refund you. And I kind of gave a little shot to him. I said, when I verify it's the same newspaper that I sent you.
Yeah.
So we'll see how he likes it. Insinuations.
Sure.
I'm certain he is going to send back the same one.
Yeah.
But, here he is telling me I did all these things wrong. Well, I'll do a little shot across his bow as well and say,
Yeah.
well, as long as you send back the same one. But, I don't know what he was talking about. I mean, if he's expecting a mint condition newspaper from 1976, it doesn't happen. I mean, it's printed on newsprint, newspaper.
Speaking of returns, Monday you'll have a surprise under your desk where you pull out the keyboard area there. It is a record mailer box.
Okay.
And it was returned.
Okay.
And guess what's in it?
A record.
Nothing.
Oh.
So we got to backtrack the name, see who shipped it back, and then they probably got refunded already through Amazon. But at least we can call up and see what we can do about it.
And that kind of ties right into the main topic with the fraud. I mean, that's rampant fraud, and I don't believe that this gentleman had his own newspaper and swapped it out or anything at all like that.
Right.
But people do that sort of thing. That happened to you with a trading card, as I recall.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering card, expensive one. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy grabbed your high grade one and put it
and never jumped the gun to refund them. I like to do and get it out of the way. The problem is, many times we've done that. We've seen something different or something broken. We have no leg to stand on after that. eBay, they don't carry you. It's too late,
Yep.
But yeah, we definitely refund them. And you could tell the different condition. Our card was mint, and then they sent us one that was like VG, so definitely take a look at the returns before you jump the gun and give them their refunds.
And we actually have a video about that as well, where I show as I recall, something that was about this size, and it was supposed to be a newspaper returned. Maybe I got to stop selling newspapers. Maybe somebody's trying to tell me something with the newspapers.
Well, and then I had that one box of Pro Set sports cards returned, the yellow series 2. It was like $50 on Amazon. And we always pack anything, especially if it's $50 or more. We give it a special care. We'll wrap it. The box will be bigger. Well, he claims the box was too tight. It was bulging out of the box, and he showed us a little dent in the corner, and he wanted a full refund. He was going to return it. And I said, well, is it salvageable? Is there any value you would want to accept? And he goes, well, I'll take $10 refund to keep it. So as we give him the refund, he goes, I was just going to open it anyways. So I gave him $10 for nothing just to make him happy. He felt he got cheated, I guess, when in fact the postman maybe dropped it because it's a heavy box. So, if you drop it 4 feet in the air in the corner, it's going to get dinged, but it wasn't a big, crushing in the corner. Apparently all the cards were good. He didn't complain. So
okay,
everyone's out to beat you a little bit though, a partial refund, or they're nitpicking to get a little refund back. It's just absurd.
It's good to hear, AJ. On the sell similar. Yeah, I haven't tried that. What I was doing today before the show is, again, I was going back to my oldest listings and just doing a little bits of revision to them, fixing them up a little bit, seeing if that can drive some traffic. Now, I have been noticing older items are selling for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's still continuing, the older items.
Yeah.
No idea at all why. Maybe I'm just listening to garbage now. That could be part of it too.
Yeah.
But you didn't have to agree to that. Oh, yeah, right. How do you handle scams? I sold a DVD VCR. The person said it didn't work and sent back a similar, but not the same one I sent. I can't prove it other than pics of the serial number. Yeah, that's a really good idea on that. There's pics of the serial number. I was almost tempted to tell the gentleman with the newspaper that I had put a something with what do you call like a black light marker?
Yeah.
That I had put like black marker on one of the pages. Be funny to sit there and watch him try to find it on everything.
See, for me, it's not worth it, but if you let them get away with it, they can continue to do it. So I'll have my manager call up, and even for $30, or we'll wait till there's 2 or 3 things to discuss, and then she'll handle them all at one shot with eBay. It's really not worth it for $30 to me, but some things, the scans bother me so badly. It's like, I got to do something about it, just like sometimes people want to do a partial refund to keep it. And I'm like, no, return it, because you're asking for half a refund, and it's absurd, hold your ground.
Yeah, no, and definitely force them through the eBay return. Make them use the whole process. They can't give negatives, and they've got to follow all the stuff. And I've got the free return shipping for them, so they have to use the label off of there and everything. Right. So it's not too bad there. So we're gonna head on into the main topic, which we titled "Frauds, Fakes, and Facsimiles." And I don't know how deep you want to go into the what you found out about the some of the trading cards and all that, where people are weighing stuff and things like that.
Well, we knew those boxes of cards you can get at Walmart and Target. We kind of knew people were doing it. We didn't want to discuss it with people we're dealing with, because then once someone hears that, they want to do it. And not that we were doing it, we heard people were doing it. So, it's kind of one of those things you can't prove or disprove it when they're selling you hundreds of boxes of cards or whatever. Some may do it, some may not. And from what I hear, it's not a perfect system. So, say you weigh it and it's a gram or 2 more, or whatever.
Oh, is it that small of a weight difference?
Yeah, I think so. It's in grams from what they're telling me.
Oh my goodness.
You can Google it and figure it out. I mean, there's so much stuff on Google regarding.
So basically they would take a pack or a box, and they would weigh the box, because if it has a better card in it, it weighs different than if it doesn't have the better card in it.
The packs used to be able to weigh up, and I think they put these fillers in sometimes, and now you can't tell if it's a jersey card or a filler on single packs. But on the boxes, and it might be a 20% success rate, where if you have 5 that are different weights, maybe only 1 out of the 5. So you could be shredding 5 boxes to get one good card. The one good card could be $500 or $5. So it's still a crapshoot, but that happens, and that's common. You're still getting sealed boxes which are sellable.
Wow.
And then there's people that are resealing boxes. If you go on Google, but the boxes look obvious because they wrap them in panini. So, but what I'm hearing is they're cutting the bottoms out, opening them up gently, checking the packs, putting them back in, and then taping it with a clear tape that looks similar to the wrapping, which, if you're looking, most people don't look on the bottom, but if you do look on the bottom and what you're looking for, it's obvious. So we haven't had that happen to us. What we have had happen are people tampering with the single packs, the gravity packs, the cello packs, any single packs of that nature, and they're actually opening them up and re-gluing them. Now, back in the day, years ago, in the card heyday in the 80s, they were all made of wax. So people were opening those packs, and then they were holding the pack. They're sealing the packs back up, holding them to a light or a lamp where there's some heat, and it would melt and seal back up the wax. So that was one way in the 80s and early 90s how they were tampering with
I heard
it.
back then people would take a knife and heat the knife up and then just write down and slit it open.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. Yeah, but I think it's easier. Not even you don't even need the knife. You can open it, touch the back, and just put like heat to it, and then it would seal it back up. But you could tell it the white backing of wax yellow sometimes if you're too close to the heat or the lamp. So I mean, there's ways of doing it, getting caught. I mean, just crazy. But nowadays, you would think in this technology, it would have foolproof ways. Panini has changed some of their cello packs, like the basketball packs. They double seal them, so you got the pack inside of another pack. So it would be a two-step process if they're gluing that. I mean, it'd probably be obvious. But someone I was dealing with for a while came to me with 150 packs, and they were sitting in a box for a couple weeks. And generally, one of my employees at the shop prices them out individually, and I'll tell him which packs go for whatever, $2, $3, $4, $5. And he prices them out. Well, it just so happens that the 1 week I got these, he was sick. So they're sitting there, and we were redoing our shop, moving stuff around. We were doing
Getting set for Christmas.
Yeah, we were doing a TV commercial too. So we want to clean things up, reorganize the cases. I'm like, well, let me price these out, and we'll get them in a showcase, make them look good. And I'm noticing things look different on the backs of these. I've seen glue. I've seen backs of the wrappers like uneven.
Right.
And something just didn't seem right. And it was different packs, and I kept looking through them like these are all messed with. So I saved them. I had my assistant manager who deals in this stuff all the time double check it. He goes, these are all tampered with, all 150 of them. So then I looked at some other ones I got before that, maybe another 50 packs. Those were all tampered with. So these are single packs I'm dealing with. I'm not mentioning his name. I'm not saying he did it or didn't do it. He may have gotten them from somewhere or someone, and they may have done it to him.
Right.
So, I would hope I had a relationship with him. So hopefully I have to hope it wasn't him. Yeah. But yeah, he will make good. But again, who knows where it came from? These things, they're in the store. So, a store could even have done it. Say someone works at the store, they come in, the employee working in the store takes them in the back room and he's doing it, or who knows?
Or I buy it from the store and then I return it to the store.
Exactly. I think they're changing those policies now where you can't. But it, like I said, it happened somewhere. Someone got duped somewhere. I ended up with them. So, you have to watch out for everything. People are looking to make an extra penny. Sadly, because they're making money selling me the packs, and on top of that, they're taking cards out of there.
Right, cards are coming up missing. Somebody is, yeah.
So just keep an eye out and be careful. That's all I can say. Luckily, say it was $500,000. Yeah, that hurts and stings, but I guess it's a cost of doing business. And if he makes good, that shows the character of this person as well. So
I mean, I remember back in the old days. Remember 1981 Topps baseball stickers, and they had the foil cards in there. And you could take a metal detector and pull them, figure out which ones were the foil ones, because those were obviously the ones that went off.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So, I mean, people have been doing things forever on that over there. And that's just on the cards alone, let alone people tampering with PSA, breaking things open and switching cards out in there. And there's, making fake PSA.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's absolutely insane. And I know a number of years ago you had a situation with some silver.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah. It's like every year I get duped out of something worth, $1,000 to $5,000. Yeah. It was actually a good customer and kind of a friend. I mean, I had his personal number. We hung out and talked every now and then, dealing with me for years, selling me silver bars. I was selling them on eBay. We might have mentioned this before, but and I was selling them. People were fine with them. Well, it happened to be I sold some. He sold me a ton, like $5,000 worth, the same day that I shipped some to a gentleman that must have been some silver expert. He knew by looking at him something was off on him. And he told me they're fake. I go, well, send them back, obviously. I took them to a local expert, and they were silver on top of fake silver, whatever the metal was inside it. So they
some base metal, right?
And it said, you say it's 2% silver, which is the outer lining. But then the size was off because the weight of that silver and fake silver was different from the weight of real silver. So the size was different. So he knew
it was
right off the bat. And as soon as I confronted my friend,
the person that sold it to you, right?
He denied it. And it was just a shame that, changed his phone number and we do not deal anymore. So, and the problem is the police said he may not have known. I said, this guy's selling me fake currency. And he said, well, he may not have known that. Well, you can't prove or disprove that he knew it, even though it's so. Apparently, you can sell fake currency if you don't know it's fake. So, nevertheless, I have not heard from him since then. And, you write it off, like Eric says.
Yep. Yeah. No, you're definitely.
Even my warehouse, I just spent, because all these new employees and all the expensive inventory we're getting, I just spent another $1,500 on more cameras. And it's not for customers, it's to keep eyes on employees, because how easy is it to take a $50 or $100 card, just put it in your pocket? I mean, you're in a big warehouse, you can, take it down the aisles and go in the bathroom. So you never know.
No, right. Well, and then even counterfeits. There's been counterfeits forever, and believe it or not, some of the counterfeits do have value. Like Cerebus the aardvark, it was counterfeited way back when, and the counterfeits have value at this point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just because, and I've read, and I'm not a coin or a currency guy whatsoever, but I've read that there are some fake continental currency bills that were faked 200, what would it be about 200 years ago. They were faked in the early 1820s, 1830s from the 1770s. Well, they weren't real, they were counterfeit, but they have value because they're 1820s counterfeits of 1770s or 1750s items. So it's kind of just crazy that even counterfeits can end up with value over time, and if things are right.
Well, the best is for reprints. I don't know if I told you this story. Maybe one of them. So I have these reprints in the case, and you sell them on eBay, so they must be legitimate. But Jordan rookies and so forth, and then Topps made those archive cards like Jackie Robinson 54. I've had in my case. Well, one guy bought all my Jordans for $10 each, claiming that one looks real. He's going to submit them, and I told him, I go, there's no way they're real. I would not be selling a $10,000 card for $10. Number one, but he bought them all, spent $100, and he's going to submit one and be disappointed. Then recently we had a guy come in that there was a Jackie Robinson archive card. It's smaller than the original. It's glossy. It's thinner. I mean, there's many ways to tell. And so he's reading the card. It's $5. He goes, it doesn't say anywhere that it's a reprint. I go, yes, but it's an archive card. Trust me. I go, I've been doing this a long time. I'm just telling you. He bought it anyway, so I don't know if he's gonna try and scam someone else. I don't know, but it's crazy.
Well, and another thing that brought this whole thing up was I've not followed up on it recently, but I know it was about 2 months ago. There was a big controversy with the graded games and all that kind of thing about the one game that sold really big, and a lot of things. You definitely want to look that up. It's WATA. Just look up the WTA WATA scandal. Interesting read on that over there. And I'm not even going to try to tell you what happened in there, because I was, last time I looked, it was still ongoing and people are still trying to get to the bottom of it.
The problem is the grading company can play dumb, but it makes them look bad. So if they can say, we didn't know it was fake, well, why are you grading it then? You're supposed to be an expert.
Well, it wasn't a fake thing. It was a ginned up thing with potentially people bidding on auctions that they shill baiting and supposedly, and again, I don't know anything at all about that part, but you get into all that stuff. PSA grading trimmed cards, and that was a huge scandal 2-3 years ago. Or Operation Bullpen, if you remember that, the FBI with the autograph fakes, and
huge.
They were saying something or other like more than half of the autographs out there aren't real, and
but that's the 90s heyday.
But that's the crazy thing about it, is you've had things that you've had signed in front of you. Your father was, and you knew Mickey Mantle. And so Mickey Mantle literally signed items in your collection. And as time went on, and I'm making this up because I don't know how many Mickey Mantle items you have, but say you had 100 Mickey Mantle signed items. You don't need or want 100 of them. You're going to keep your favorite 10, whatever it is. So you've sold off along the way. You've sold some of them off. Well, some of the authentication companies have said that they're not real. And you're looking at it going, I got that signed in front of me. I know the gentleman was right in front of me when he signed it. I know who he is.
See, and that's how they back themselves up. They never say nothing's not real or fake. They just say from their expertise, there are some things wrong with it from their scale. So they may have a Mickey Mantle where 95% of the time he signs it a certain way, and they're going by that. So, if you get him at the end of a show or,
in an airport
into the bathroom or something, it could be a little different. But the issue we had is my dad had a private signing, and he had, forgot what, a dozen jerseys. At the time, he had a contract with Upper Deck to do jerseys, and he couldn't do them for anyone else, supposedly. My dad goes, hey, I spent $1,000 in these jerseys. You're going to stick me with unsigned jerseys? So he signed the jerseys, and when we've sold them, people want to get them submitted, and they
Oh,
wanted provenance, like, where'd you get this from? When was it signed and stuff like that. So, and they just said, hey, we don't know anything about this. And they just didn't want to sign off on it. But they do cover themselves saying that, we think there's issues with your signature, but they won't say that it's fake.
right. No, it's crazy out there on that stuff. And I'm not an autograph collector. I've got a few autographs,
Mhm.
but a lot of the autographs I have will be things like from a playbill. Like I
Yeah,
got Sir Alec Guinness, well, Alec Guinness at the time, signed in a playbill
sure.
that
Yeah,
he was in the play. I got James Garner, he signed for a play he was at,
right.
and it was just in a collection of other stuff. So
Yeah,
there's no reason that somebody's going to fake a James Garner autograph at a play that he was in.
yeah,
Same thing with Sammy Davis Jr. I have an autograph of his from an appearance he made at a Buffalo nightclub
right, right.
with a picture of him, and he signed it.
Yeah, very cool.
I absolutely believe those are 100% real. Can
Yeah.
I prove it? No, I cannot prove it, but nobody's out faking that and then selling it for $4 at a flea market.
Well, and think about certain things that they're going to fake, things that are cheap, like a photo or a baseball. You know, hard to believe they're going to, there's probably less signed fake footballs and signed fake jerseys out there, because if you do screw up, and you could screw up, you're talking hundreds of dollars sometimes just in the product that you're signing. So be careful on some of the easier things to sign.
Oh, Aaron, I absolutely have always had a problem with that. Mr. Magazine can tell you I've been yelling about that for years. I have a real problem with PSA or Beckett or any of them
Mhm.
that put out their own price guides, because you get down to it, what incentive is there for a grading company not to up something by half a grade from time to time?
Oh, yeah.
There's no incentive for them to downgrade anything.
Right.
Now, obviously, they can't have a coverless comic and call it 10 because that takes away all their
Right.
credibility.
Yeah.
But you get up there with things a 9.6 versus a 9.8. I mean, we've
Yeah.
done it before where we've taken a 9.6 comic book and stuck it next to a 9.8
Yeah.
and try to pick out the differences. It's impossible sometimes. You're looking at it. In fact, there was one where we were looking at it like, it's like, I think the 9.6 actually looks better than the 9.8. I mean, that happens from
It's
time to
crazy.
time.
Yeah. But they are grading tougher, because if you think about this, they're getting watered down the longer they're in business. More of the same cards are getting submitted. So, like, even the Jordan rookie, it should have been worth more money 10 years ago when there was less tens than there are now. But the demand is extremely high, so it keeps going up in value. But certainly it's watered down, so they have to be tougher on tens nowadays, especially the newer stuff. You would think anything should be a 10, and it's not. You can get 7, 8s, and 9s on new stuff.
Well, and that's what it comes to is, let's say that I find, I don't know, an Action Comic #1 out there, and I send it in, and they're looking at it, and it could be a 3.5 or a 4. Well, they charge based on value, as I recall.
Yes.
So they're going to charge you more if they grade it a 4.
Yeah.
And am I going to complain if it comes back a 4 and I think
No.
it should be a 3.5?
Right. It's better business. You're getting, say it's worth 150,000 compared to 110,000, whatever. It's good for business.
Yeah, so you always have to take that with a grain of salt.
Right.
And I do go on some of the cardboards, and what they always say there is you buy the card, not the holder. And if you're looking at the card and you feel from what you're looking at this, then buy that card because you like the
Yeah.
eye appeal of it, whatever. Because there are times where there will be a 6 that looks better than a 7.
Right.
And I know that there's, and I don't remember which way it goes with PSA, but there's a premium, and I don't remember if it's on the early label or the late 8 label. And
Yeah.
same thing with CGC. People will say early label or
Right.
late label
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it because, I think it might be PSA that there's one of them that the thought is if you buy an early label and break it out and resubmit it, you're going to get a higher grade potentially.
Yeah, yeah.
So you just never know on that.
Yeah, but it's very political too. I used to get tons of PSA cards graded, 10, 20 years ago, and spending a ton of money. And I was getting, like, the more I was doing it, the lesser the grades. I was getting 7s, 8s instead of 9s and 10s like I was at first. Then I'm looking at guys on eBay that are sending in thousands, and they're getting 9s and 10s on everything. Or big companies like David Adams, they send in thousands weekly, and they're getting 9s and 10s. So definitely, the more you're spending with them, maybe the more lenient they are to give
Well,
you higher
they-
grades.
they-
You keep sending them.
It is claimed that the person grading does not know who the submitter is. That's the claim.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
the claim. I don't,
Yeah.
obviously I don't work there, so I don't know, but that's the claim.
Yeah.
But even back in the old days, another thing that I was going to bring up, and I should have known this, 1990 tops. I remember there was a pack just sitting out, like, in 1990.
Yeah.
One just they were hot at the time.
Hmm.
Well, there was one pack just sitting off in like some area where it shouldn't have been. There were no other packs around. So I went and I bought it, all commons, because back then that you could tell everything was in an order.
Yeah.
So people would know what the order was, and they would know that I don't know who was good in 1990. Say somebody came with the Roger Clemens,
Right.
they would know that if Eric Anthony was on the bottom of the pack, that had
Yeah.
Roger Clemens in it.
Oh yeah. Well, 89 Upper Deck with Griffey. So you open the top left corner pack, and whatever rookie's in there, you'll know who's down further. So yeah, definitely. Or some of the packs were clear, so you could push the cards and see all the cards. And people at Target were doing this all the time years ago.
Yeah, so it's been out there forever, and you have to be very, very careful. And that kind of ties into what I had written down, and I've said to you a million times. I like older cards. That's what I collect. Older cards, older comic books.
Yeah.
And if you took away the dollar value of it, and you told me I was not able to sell it, and you gave me the option between getting a Derek Jeter rookie card or getting a 1933 Gaudy common card,
Mhm.
I'm taking a 1933 Gaudy common card every single day, because
Yeah.
the Jeter does absolutely nothing for me.
Right.
And when I collect things that are in, not intentionally, but things that are VG, because nobody's really going to be faking a VG card. You don't have to
Right.
really have to worry about it being trimmed. And you actually got a card back that was trimmed, from what I recall.
Yeah, it wasn't well, multiples actually. You just don't know it yet. You'll be getting them. Anyways, bought a collection from a longtime customer, older guy. He's been dealing for years. He's had these cards for years. And I sent him in to get graded. And the weird thing is, they were, say, from the Leaf boxing set.
Mhm.
And then the others were Gaudy or something like that. So I'll say 5 of each. Well, half came back legit and graded, and the other half came back trimmed. So, like, if they're getting these from the same places, he had them for 20 years, they're just trimming certain cards. And my opinion, they're older. I think they're just being tougher on the grading. I find it hard to believe that. And if you look at, from the regular eye, they look good, but what do I know? But it is what it is.
So that's another thing too. If you're collecting for yourself, if you're going with a VG condition card, you probably don't have a lot to worry about on most cards.
Right.
It's one of those deals. If it looks too good to be true, I mean, should a tobacco card have crisp corners? Probably not too many of them.
Right.
Probably it was been carried around for the last 100 years and
Sure.
got beaten around in a cigar box, et cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. You get that. It's got a big crease across it. Yeah, it's probably real.
Right. Yeah.
Although they are faking that too, even with some of the Babe Ruth Gaudis and that kind of thing, they are trying to age them.
Yeah.
Tea and all that kind of stuff, and
Mhm.
creasing them a little bit and rounding the
Right.
corners and all the stuff to try to make them look like they're old.
Right.
So it's
Nuts.
it's absolutely crazy, all the frauds that are out there, and all that. Um, let alone the potential return frauds that we're going to be entering into. And I know all the venues make it very, very easy for customers to return things, which
Yeah.
which on the one hand I understand.
Right.
But on the other hand, it does stick us at times with it as well, because there's really no recourse,
Right. Exactly.
especially on Amazon.
Well, Queen Elizabeth items will be worth more money soon. Is she sick?
Yeah, she's not doing so well, unfortunately.
She's
Not
gotta be
doing
like
so.
100 years old or close to it.
She actually is if I recall correctly, she's the longest reigning monarch at this point. She passed Queen Victoria.
Wow.
So yeah, she's the longest reigning one. Been a while.
Yeah.
Been a while. Trying to see if there's anything else. Oh, one last fraud out there to look out for. I read about this. I think this was on e-commerce bites, but I'm not positive about it. So this is a nice little fraud. So you've got an item up for sale. You sell the item,
Mhm.
and is that my phone?
No.
Oh, okay. So you've got an item up for sale, and you sell the item. You get an email the next day. Hey, I just got this item from you. I need to change the address. I'm having it shipped to my mother, instead of to
Yeah.
me. Here's a new address. Thanks. So
It's not the bidder.
it was not. How'd you know that?
Because it happened to me one time. A
Really?
long time ago. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, why don't
Yeah.
you tell that story? I never knew
Well, it
that.
was a long time. I thought you know it was a long time ago. And well, I looked up their IDs were different, names were different. Like, why would I send to this person? I don't know why I thought of doing that. I thought I would have told you
Oh,
about that. Yeah, it was a long time, maybe
that's
5, 10
exactly
years
what they
ago.
did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
But it
so
was something expensive. So like it red flagged me, like, why is this happening? And we don't like selling expensive stuff. Changing ad
yeah,
back in the
right.
day, I don't think maybe you couldn't even change addresses or
Right.
something like that. So I thought you were in the loop on it, but again, it was maybe you can't remember everything.
Yeah, that's
But
exactly what happened according to the thing here. So what had happened, what the seller had surmised had happened was that one of the watchers saw that, you get the notification this item is no longer available.
yeah.
And so they then they started another account with zero positives,
Mhm.
emailed the seller and said, "Hey, can you ship this over to my mom?" Knowing that it had gotten sold.
I'm sure that works sometimes too. Sadly. Yeah.
So be very, very careful. The correct way to handle that, of course, is what ended up happening is the seller then contacted the true buyer, and the true buyer was like, "What are you talking about?
Right.
No, I don't want
Yeah.
address changed." And then they figured it out, and then they contacted eBay and
Yeah.
got eBay involved in it.
Crazy.
But anytime anybody wants you to change the address, the correct way to do it is to cancel the order and then have them rebuy the item.
Yeah.
That's the right way to do it. Protect yourself in that case. They're not always going to rebuy the item, but I guess it's better not to make the sale and still have the item than
Right.
change the address
Yeah.
and get scammed out of it.
Absolutely. But you could tell by the either username, especially if it's a high dollar piece, their feedback, something should red flag it though.
Yeah.
So, someone with 1,200 positives probably is not going to pull that scam. They wouldn't be on eBay anymore.
Oh, well, unless it's a stolen account of some kind,
True.
because that does happen
Yeah.
over there. All righty. Hopefully that helped everybody a little bit over there with things to look out for, scams and all that kind of thing. It's a scary world out there, and unfortunately, this time of year, I think it happens even more.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Gonna head on, and we're gonna head on into the rambling story of the week.
Hold on. Say
Oh.
hello to Aaron, and then tell him when he could watch the replay.
Oh, well, Aaron can watch the replay as soon as this is done. It goes off. And actually, well, you can't see over as we have the chair, but the playbill is right up there.
All right.
It is up over there in the
Very
studio.
cool. All right.
So head on into the rambling story of the week. And again, John, we'll be doing the story next week on the other one. What do you do on Black Friday? Do you ever go out, do
No,
anything?
no.
Wow.
I print orders. That's what I do.
So a couple of years ago, I decided because Mrs. Paperboy and Random Neighborhood Kid had never gone out on Black Friday. I
Yeah.
said, I guess we're going to go out on Black Friday, show them what it's like, go to the mall, that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And for about a week prior to this, Random Neighborhood Kid had been talking about Starbucks, and they had some new drink. And I have no idea, I don't know, peppermint mocha, whatever, some drink that he was just excited about.
Yeah.
Oh, they got this drink. They got this drink. They got this drink. And I said, all right, whatever. And he just kept going on and on about the drink. So, Mrs. Paperboy was actually packing for you, as a matter of fact.
Oh,
and
nice. All right.
so I had to go pick her up. So I told Random Neighborhood Kid, I said, get in the car.
Mhm.
So he gets in the car and we go pick her up. And so I go over on Ridge Road, driving over to Starbucks. Well, meanwhile, Random Neighborhood Kid, and I don't pay any attention to, I'm not a fashion guy, as you can definitely tell. Well, apparently he was wearing pajamas, which
Yeah.
I didn't know or didn't, whatever,
Alright.
because the kids wear track pants and all this
Yeah.
stuff and whatever. So I had no idea he was wearing pajamas.
Pajama party at Starbucks.
He was just wearing pajamas. And, my Mrs. Paperboy had just gotten off of work and all that. So she was tired. So here we are
Yeah.
driving down a main street with all the traffic on Black Friday. Where are we going? Oh, you're going to see. We're going to go shopping for Black Friday. Pull into Starbucks. And of course, Random Neighborhood Kid's complaining. He doesn't want it. He wants to be home playing a video game, whatever. And I said,
Yeah.
come on. Pull into Starbucks. All right, we're at Starbucks. You can get that peppermint mocha thing that you've been talking about. I don't want it. I'm like, we're at Starbucks.
Yeah.
You're getting in there and getting that
You're
peppermint
getting-
mocha
you're getting
thing that you want.
Sure.
But I don't want. You're drinking the effing peppermint mocha thing. So then we're all sitting there, and he's like, "Yeah, he's drinking this thing like this," and I'm like, "Of course, Mrs. Paperboy's not happy either." So we
Yeah.
just ended up going home. But isn't that just the way kids are?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't
When
want
they can't have
it.
something they wanted. When they can't have it, they don't want it.
So
John Jones has a very important message.
oh, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. There you go. Hit that like button. Yeah, definitely do that. I do want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. Again, you guys are part of our family at this point, and we definitely do appreciate it. Thank you. That's really all I can say.
Absolutely, yep.
Have a great Thanksgiving, and do
Sure.
take a moment back. I know that this episode over here, we just kind of wanted to get your guard up a little bit for the holiday season, I guess it is, because again, this is the time when scammers do take advantage because
Yeah.
they know there's a lot going on. They're going to be the porch pirates are going to be out there stealing packages. They're
Yeah.
going to be doing return fraud left and right. It just happens, because this is the busiest time of year and the people will take advantage of it. So you got to be vigilant, as vigilant
Sure.
as you can be. There will be some level of fraud. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
But stay vigilant. But more importantly, tomorrow, give thanks. Give thanks to everything that we've got in this great country, and just take a moment back and look around at your family around you, and give thanks, and realize that I'm sitting at a diner around the corner, hating my cranberry sauce and turkey that I'm getting tomorrow, even though I say that I'm not. Any wishes to
And
everybody?
yes, Seven has a great Thanksgiving. I'll be printing orders at least till noon to get caught up. But other than that, work hard, have fun, and rest up.
All right, everybody. Black Friday's coming. Cyber Monday's coming. In between your Cyber Monday shopping, do check out the bonus haul video with Mr. Magazine. It's a lot of fun. And do hit the like button. And we will see you next video.
All right, take care. Bye bye.